record.
All right, so hang on one second here. I just want to first off thank you, Marie, for inviting me and having me here. Actually, I think one of the greatest things I see right now is Bailey here. And I'm guessing Bailey's here because you love DBT, you love Alyssa, and you're like, I gotta represent and support. And so I'm just like being like fully candid. Like that was one of the greatest things for me to see was like Bailey here. So I think that's rad. Um, I don't know. I'm still always just kind of blown away that we do things like this now from, my lens of where it started and to now to the fact that we have like grad night and these kinds of things. It's just really incredible to watch and to see. And, as the leadership evolves and we continue to do more and more, it's just beautiful. And what we've been able to pull off as an organization this year during COVID and this pandemic crazy time, I'm just so proud of everybody, um, all included from teens to alumni. It's incredible. So I just want to start with that. And then specifically to those of you who are graduating, Eugenio and Amy, I don't really know all that well, but I'm just thrilled that you had an opportunity to come to DBT and have it touch your life in whatever way it did. And, grateful for the energy and time and heart that you put into DBT, during your time here. And so wherever you're headed and whatever you do next, I wish you all, nothing but the best. And so for three people that I worked with pretty intimately for quite a while with Leah and Alyssa and Maya, I've seen stages of DBT and kind of people that have really picked it up and made it what it is today. And I think the three of you are, as even just as a team, because you were all in the exec together, right? That you were all was president, vice president, and Sangha. I think the work that you did really elevated DBT to another level. I don't think I'd ever seen anyone like Leah come in and just really own wanting to make sure that retreats and socials and everything went really well. And I just saw in all three of you, your hearts poured into every single piece of DBT, and it was really incredible. And again, the work, Leah, that you did with the Sangha and the socials and retreats was really amazing. Alyssa, anytime that someone takes the role of president in DBT, it's always really special because you kind of, you have to hold everything. And even though you have an incredible support team, it's still like, and Lauren knows that now, like that feeling of being president of this organization that's a lot of weight to carry on your shoulders. And I'm sure, Alyssa, you would say that, and I agree that you couldn't have done it with an incredible team, which you had, but you still had that presence. And you wore the role of president so well. And just to watch you grow as a human and evolve and, watch you write a book and do everything else that you did as a college student was really just amazing. And I'm so proud of you and everything you've accomplished. And I'm excited to watch the future of whatever is next in Alyssa's life, because I know that you're going to continue to do incredible things. So thank you for the time that, we had with you in DBT and as the president. And I kind of feel like you just, in a way, quietly watched everything the time you were around. And then all of a sudden you like bursted onto the scene as this president who just took over and ran it. So thanks for all that you did. And Maya, I mean, what do you say about Maya? I don't really know. I actually rattled my brain about like, how do you put Maya into words with DBT? And I just kept thinking of like someone who has a relationship with someone that's like the most incredible, loving, beautiful relationship with all these highs and lows and emotions of incredible joy to like heartbreak to pain to happiness. Like, from the moment that you came on and you wrote that initial piece about your experience finding your Buddhist frat and to watch you grow into the role that you had as vice president. And, there was a time, and Alyssa could tell you this also, when she was president, it was like, okay, well, we're not sure what to do. Let's just check with Maya. Like Maya just knew everything. And I feel like she, if there was an award for someone, and this isn't really fair to say because I know everybody loves DBT, but if there was an award for like someone that loves DBT more than anybody else in the world, it would probably be Maya. The time she said to me that she wanted to make sure she had a collection of pledge manuals from every semester we've ever had, I was just kind of blown away. And for those of you who don't know Maya, like that's just an example of like DBT. When I think of DBT, I think of Maya. And so I'm so proud to have watched you kind of, again, grow up in DBT, and it sucks that you all had to kind of graduate in this virtual realm. But again, grateful for all of you. And I'm stoked that now you'll be a part of DBT alumni. So congratulations to everybody. I love you all, and I know this is just the beginning of whatever is next. So, and thanks again for having me and allowing me to speak.
All right. Thanks so much, Jeff. That was beautiful, and I agree with every word you spoke. So Marie, we're just going to go through all the names one by one now.
Yeah, exactly. So if anyone wants to say anything, if not, that's okay. But just give everyone a round of applause. Feel free to type in the chat or say a few words or whatever you would like.
Alrighty, our first grad to walk across the virtual aisle is, first, sorry guys, we got a nice little collage of everyone. So sweet, so sweet. Okay. Alyssa Skites, Pledge Class Fall 2018, President 2019 to 2020. And I think Bailey said she had a few words.
I do. So I'm going to try and speak from the heart here. So if I'm all sappy and like all over the place, I apologize in advance. But Alyssa and I, we go way back. We were actually neighbors. My first day, she was one of the first people I ever met. I just like walked into her room and I said hello, and I didn't realize in that moment just how big of an impact she would end up being in my life, and what an amazing friend she would end up being in my life. And I wish, and it's so amazing looking back at that moment now and really seeing it for what it was. It was the start of like a true friendship, and one that I know will transcend like many years of our lives. And I'm just like so excited and like thankful that, you know, I walked into your room and that we were conveniently placed right next to each other. Like we were just meant to be friends, and I am forever grateful for that. But not even just that, that we continued to take our friendship even further, and that we are just as good of friends as we are. And watching you like interact with other people and seeing like the light of life that you are, and how encouraging and inspiring you are. I mean, sometimes I just think about our friendship and I just think about the impact you've had on my life personally. So I can't even begin to even think about, you know, so many of the other people that you've impacted throughout DBT and throughout your life thus far, because I know being friends with you was just something that was divine and absolutely meant to happen, because you are just an incredible person, and I've learned so much from you, and I'm going to continue to learn so much from you. And you know, you are like, I don't want to credit all of it to you, but you are the one who introduced me to DBT, and you know, you kind of pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and apply. And so I am really glad I made that decision, because I wouldn't be here without that. And I think applying through DBT is what really helped our friendship grow even stronger. And through that process, I mean, it reached potentials I didn't even think our friendship could, and we got to know each other so well in ways that I couldn't even imagine. So I'm just forever grateful, and I'm so excited to see, what you decide to do after all this, because I know you are just going to be traveling the world, and I'm excited to see, what you end up doing and being in touch with you. And I just know that, there's just definitely this connection that we're going to have that are going to transcend years. So I'm really excited, and I'm so happy that I got to speak for you. I feel like I should shut up now because I could keep going and going and going, but just know that I love you, and I'm so glad that I got to be friends with you, and I'm still friends with you, and just know that you are an incredibly amazing person, and definitely one I could not live without.
Try not to cry. I love you, Bailey.
Is any of us allowed to say something about whoever's being talked about? Okay.
Yes, anyone.
I don't know how I can top Bailey, because Bailey basically said a lot of the things I feel the same about Alyssa. Like, Alyssa, you are just a force of nature and this divine person. Like, divine was the perfect word to use that. Bailey, like, you were just so one of a kind, and I remember meeting you for the first time at that pep rally and knowing you were going to be my pledge, and kind of nervous because I'm like, oh my god, like what if she thinks I'm lame or something. And then to just watch you grow through that, and yes, I am the pledge mother, thank you, you're my children, but like, and then you had that conversation in Starbucks when we were looking for bigs and littles, and just how we sat there and just we had like a 2-hour long conversation, just kept going and going. And then we became president and vice president together, and just watching you grow over the years and watching our friendship grow, that has been one of the most beautiful things. And you introduced me to that writing job that I love so much, and it's just, you bring so much joy and light and just magic to people's lives. Like, I don't think you'll ever truly understand the impact you have on people. Like, you are always going to be a piece of my heart. Like, there's always going to be a little Alyssa puzzle piece in there. And like, I have you on my DVT wall. You're up there because you're so important to me, and not just because you're my little or something, or because you're my president, just as a genuine, beautiful friend. And I have loved watching you become the woman you are, and just, you wrote a damn book at 1920, like that is amazing. That is an amazing accomplishment, and I am so proud of you all the time. And there's just so many good things I can say about you. It's just, yeah, Queen Alyssa, like, snaps to that. It's just, I'm so proud of you. You graduated. This is a huge milestone in your life, and I am just so incredibly proud to know you and be able to call you my friend, and I love you.
I love you, Maya. Can't wait to till I can talk about you.
All right, I'll hop on real quick. No, screw off, Dylan. This is my turn.
I'll go after Ben. You go first.
So Alyssa, I think I've told this story before at one of the camping trips. But you were the first person that I ever talked to in DBT, and I just, like, it was at that very first social, and I remember I was so fucking nervous going into that, or I was just like, because a whole new group of people. It's like the first time I had done anything in college, just like, and we were at, I don't even remember whose house it was, and we were standing there like all kind of awkward, just like looking around me like, okay, we doing stuff. But I remember I talked to you and Jeanette, and I think we ended up talking for like 45 minutes, just about like everything. And I feel like that like first conversation that I had with you just totally epitomizes like just the entire dynamic that we've had the whole time. Because then you ended up becoming president, and then we led some Wednesday night meetings together. And I just want to say, I always had so much fun like meeting up with you beforehand, and then just like taking 2 hours to plan out like what we were going to do for the meeting. But yeah, I just have to say, I think that Bailey and Maya have hit pretty much everything on the head. But you truly are like one of the most inspiring people that I have met since coming to college. And you're just so fucking nice. Like, but like not in like a, like too nice, but like just so like consistently compassionate, like all the time. And I feel like you're somebody that doesn't, like, the energy like stays pretty level, like it doesn't get too high or too low. But with that being said, I feel like in a sense you're like the tortoise, where it's just I feel like you're very deliberate about things, and like you're very mindful and aware when you do things, and everything kind of has a purpose. Um, but yeah, it's been such a pleasure and such an honor kind of getting to know you, and like just watching you not even grow but just be a beast the whole time. Um, yeah, so thank you for being a part of my DBT experience, Alyssa.
Thanks, Ben. I'm glad you don't think I'm too nice.
All right, my turn. So Alyssa, it's kind of strange. The first time I met you, I got the sense that we had already been friends for like forever. I got that vibe and instantly just like hit that stride of friendship. And I know going into the future, we're going to be those type of friends that we catch up on a deep dive at minimum every other year. So when I'm 60, I'm going to call you up and be like, you will not believe the stuff that has happened in the last 2 years. But I was thinking back to our pledge class, and I like how we just kind of took the reins on it and became kind of like the unofficial um, exec of the pledge class. And we're like, okay, we're gonna do this and this, and we just have ideas and just bounce things off of each other. And we both had that intention of like, let's try to bring everybody together and just have as good of a time as we can and make as many connections and make the most of this experience. And I wouldn't have been able to do any of that stuff without you, because I was always like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. And you always had that wisdom to be like, okay, this is a good idea, but this one, I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's do this. And we just had the best pledge semester I could have imagined. So I just wanted to thank you for all of that. And then I remember when elections were going up for whatever year you or semester year you were president, I was like, Alyssa, are you ready? I didn't see your name on the president list. Are you going to run? You need to run right now. And then, yeah, I'm just so thankful that you ended up being president and taking DBT to a whole new level, as Jeff mentioned. So much gratitude for you. As everyone said, we're thankful that you're in our lives and that our paths crossed.
Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate you.
Alyssa, so last year when you took on the presidency, I feel like DBT was just in such a big transitioning point, and just seeing the way you led and conducted yourself through it was really inspiring. And I'm never gonna forget the conversation we had last year where you encouraged me to run for exec, and even after that, you and Jeff really stayed in touch and had me shadow for VP of Finance, and that just helped me enormously. And that's really what influenced me and encouraged me to run for exec and be a leader in DBT. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Naveed.
I want to say something quick, but everyone's pretty much I second everything everybody said, but just being on exec with you, Alyssa, was just amazing experience, and I am so grateful for it and how our friendship grew from being on exec together. And you're a very beautiful person inside and out, and I think of you as like a very balanced person, because like we can have the deepest conversations, be really compassionate together, but then we'll also have the most fun, like crazy wild nights. So I feel like you're just a very balanced person, and I can be any kind of friend with you whenever I want, and I love that. So thank you, Alyssa. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Claire Kelly sent me a video to share, but for the sake of time, I also couldn't even get it on my laptop, but I'll text it to you.
Cool, sounds good.
Alrighty, time for our next grad, which is Amy Cordell. Now, I don't think she's here tonight, but Cassidy Evans, her pledge ed, she just pledged this fall, sent a little paragraph. So I will just go ahead and read that so we can all collectively celebrate and send peace and love to Amy. But Cassidy said, myself and the other pledge eds from this semester are really sad to see Amy go, but I'm so proud of her and honestly blessed to have had her pledge this past semester, despite it being her final one at state. Although being online has been different, it gave Amy the chance to pledge and be with us this year, and for that we're incredibly grateful. Her positivity and overall bright and wonderful nature was not tainted by being virtual, and she really brought a lot of light to this pledge semester. We are all so excited to see where Amy goes and are forever grateful that we got to meet her this semester. We love you, Amy. So that is from Cassidy Evans this past Pledge Ed. Alrighty, and our next graduate is Eugenio. Eugenio is actually a pledge, and Eugenio, you're still here, right? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Eugenio was a pledge when I was a pledge ed, when Ben was a pledge ed, Ryan, and you always just brought a really relaxed and positive vibe to all of our meetings and always seemed super engaged. So I'm super grateful that you were able to pledge with us and that we were able to have you last fall. And then your big one sent me a little thing to read, so I will go ahead and read that. He said, Eugenio, I'm super excited to see where you go from here. There are so many potential paths in front of you to choose from, and I'm very grateful that a year and a half ago you chose a path that brought you to DBT and allowed us to get to know each other. I was pretty happy when I found out we were both from Chula. Though I can't remember everything we talked about in our initial interview, I remember my first impression was that you were very eager, genuine, and calming to be around. All of which are reasons I'm so excited to see what life brings you next. I remember you told me right after our interview that you were putting me down as your choice for Big, which I thought was a bold move. And I tried not to show it until Big Little reveal either, but I was stoked to hear that. I'm grateful for the few times we got to hang out after that, before the lockdowns, and I'm looking forward to hanging out more in the time to come. Congrats again, and the best of luck, Juan.
That was so cute. I can't believe you told him that you want. That's cool. I met Eugenio at the Metaforest Monastery. We were in the same pledge class, and I remember him being really friendly and just seemed like a really interesting person to meet in DBT. And I hadn't met that, like, a bunch of my friends pledged at the same time as me, so I hadn't met that many people at that point, and you were very welcoming and interesting, and I was glad I got to meet you, even though we haven't spoken too much. But congratulations on graduating.
Thank you so much. It was really nice meeting you too, and I never got the book from you.
Ah, you're right, I have it. Okay, you're in San Diego, so I could drop it off.
Sounds good. I actually finished mine.
Oh, that's awesome. Those were fun. We're talking about the books at the Metaphors Monastery. There's like a room.
Yeah, in the
where
temple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I will message you about that.
I don't know if you guys remember, but Eugenio is like super, super tall, or maybe I'm just really short, but I just remember the first time I saw Eugenio, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, hi, you're pretty up there. But I was kind of like nervous to meet you because you just seemed like one of those people who were really confident. I know he's so tall, but everyone's taller than me. And I was just like, maybe he doesn't want to talk to me, but you were always such a sweet, cool guy, very chill about me wanting a hug all the time. And that's just a big thing to me because my love language to show affection and friendship is please hug me. And you're crouching down to do it, but you were always happy to do it. And you just always had this positive energy and just good vibes that you brought to the room. So I'm always grateful that I didn't get to, know you on a personal level. Life happened and we never got to hang out that way. But I'm very, very thankful that I got to know you. And I am very proud that you're graduating because this is such a good moment and milestone for you, just like it is for everyone. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much, Maya. It was same for me. You were such a nice person, and I just enjoyed always seeing you at the meditations, and it always just made my heart warm when I saw you. And I like how everyone said before that no matter what, you're just always so happy and brought so much to DBT, honestly.
Next up, we have Leah Starr. Pledge Class Fall 2018, VP of Sangha 2019 to 2020. Represent.
Congratulations, Leah. So Leah was VP of Sangha right before me, and she was super, super helpful in always in like talking to me about it. I went up to her at a meeting, and it was one of the first times we had really spoken. We had met, but and I was saying, hey, I'm interested in the position. Can we talk about it? And then like ever since then, she's been like the best mentor. We like actually ran an event together last semester, which was really fun, and I was FaceTiming her all the time. And like we had huge like Google Docs, Google Slides, all those collaborated, and she just made it really easy to transition into stealing her role. So yeah, I'm really proud of you. Congratulations on graduating.
Thank you, Marie. We had so much fun working together.
I met Leah in a stats class, actually, not DBT, because she was a little lost. I love you, Leah, but you were just a little lost. I remember when you were DBT, you were actually in. I was your pledge educator, and you're so spunky. I love you. Like you got this energy. Like yeah, there's a bunch of psych majors. I get distracted by things. But anyway, but you and we grew so close doing Sangha and just, we were almost living together, but then COVID happened. But it's just, you were such a person. Like you are so kind, you're funny, you're generous. And I remember we had that, exec sleepover and you showed us some nice dance moves. And it's just, you're just so funny. And you are a safe space for me. I hope you know that. Like, I know I can come to you with anything. And that's not, you can't say that about everybody. And you work so hard. And like Jeff's right, you really revitalized, rejuvenated, whatever the right word is, the meaning of the Sangha chair. Like that is such a lasting impact you have on DBT, and also who you are as a person is a lasting impact on DBT. And I hope you know what a light you are as well, and that I love you.
Thank you, Maya. I love you. Leah, so I'm just really thankful to have met you, honestly. I think, we met during our pledge semester, and I remember we were part of like the organizing team for the camping trip. And that was kind of the first time that I got to see us like working together, and like just seeing how our brains work, I feel like are very similar. Like you're one of my favorite people to just like brainstorm with in a way, just because I don't know, we have that similar energy. But then throughout the years, you've really become like a really close friend of mine too. Like you're definitely someone that I look back at in my college experience and am super thankful to have had, and we've made so many memories within DBT and outside of DBT. And just working with you on exec last year, I remember like you were always one of the people that I would always go to for anything, like not even just Sangha related, just like if I had a doubt or something, like I knew you would be positive. And I think that's something I really admire about you, is your positivity and like how you treat others and how kind you are, and how much fun we can have together. And I'm just really proud of you, and really excited to see where you go. Thank you, Alyssa. I know I still remember our little coffee date at Better Buzz when we brainstormed for like an hour straight.
Leah, you're so much light, like pure light energy and sunshine all put together. I'm just thinking back, and we've been on so many random DBT adventures together, just the most random ones. And I'm so thankful for that, and thankful for everything you've brought to this org.
Sorry. I just wanted to quickly say, kudos to everyone. I agree with everyone, what they've said about you, but I just had a thought. I remember last summer, it was you, me, and Kathy, and we were all at Better Buzz, and we were chatting, and I don't know, it was just one of my fondest memories of like last summer. But I just wanted to say, like, I'm so glad I met you. You are one of the coolest people I've ever met. And not only that, I love seeing you in the role of Sangha. You are one of the most passionate and driven people, especially in that role. I remember always like listening in, pretending I was an exec, and listening to your conversations between Alyssa and like some other board members. And you were always just so passionate about like certain events and you were so excited and you just wanted to make sure like everyone enjoyed it and you were always, you know, a step ahead of everyone else. And that's just something, that energy is just something that I love about you. And I'm so glad that I got to be friends with you. So I just had to say that. Sorry for interrupting you earlier.
Thank you, Bailey. Honestly, I was so excited to see you here too.
Hell yeah. So I just want to pop in and say that I have absolutely loved having you as a big. Your last name is so fitting because you have the energy and the brightness of a star, and it shows in like everything you do, from Sangha to work to education, and I just can't wait to see where you go after this. And I love you.
So sweet. Thank you, Little.
And last but not least, we've got Maya, pledge class spring 2018, pledge educator fall 2019, vice president 2019 to 2020. Really moving up the ranks here.
I met Maya the day I decided I was pledging DBT. It was something wrong with the room that day. So we were all like outside and downstairs the Hillel Center. And I was in Maya's like small group of like 5 people. And she talked to us about DBT and stuff. And then afterwards, me and her and my friend Serena just were like chatting with her. And we found out we had stuff in like a person in common, Jacob Rosenzweig. And she like made a really big, like she motivated us to join. Like we ended up, you know, deciding that day and like filling out the application. And she was just really, she loved DBT. Like you could tell how much she loved it, how much she encouraged everyone to join. And I was convinced. And so I appreciate Maya for convincing us to do that. It was definitely one of the best decisions I've made. And also, I really like seeing your animals on camera. That's definitely one of the virtual perks, is getting to see your, is it 14 pets? And also Jasper wants to say hello because Maya has a cat with the same name who's also a black cat. So congratulations.
Thank you, Marie. You're so cute, and I love you. And yes, I love seeing. You need to send me more pictures of Jasper. And I got a dog here.
Can I talk? I'm going. Maya, I met Maya back during my pledge semester. She was the best pledge ed. And and I'm not sure if this is the same for Ben, when I decided to become a pledge ed, it was because of the impact that Maya had had on me during my pledge semester. She was the sweetest and nicest person I have ever met. And I wanted to bring that to a new group of people. And if it wasn't for Maya, I don't know if I would have ever gone on to join the exec board and stuff. I still remember like back when I still remember dealing with Google Sheets as a pledge ed and talking with Maya to see if anyone else could understand what the heck I made, because we were kind of the Excel Google Sheets wizards for DBT, and I had no clue if anyone else would be able to use my stuff once I was gone. And I thank you so much. You were always there. You always are willing to give people a hug and listen, and you're just amazing. And I think everyone at DBT loves you because you've brought so much to this organization. And congratulations.
Thank you, Ryan. I love you. And also, thank you for all the naps you let me take in your room. Even though you weren't there, you just let me break into your room. Love that.
All right. Yeah, I feel kind of like Jeff when he was like, I don't even know where to start. And Ryan, I it's funny that you brought up her being like the best pledge ed, because I was actually planning on saying the exact same thing. Out of the three, you were definitely my favorite, Maya. But I mean, shit, like I feel like I've known you for so long, and like you are one of, if not my closest friend in DBT, and um, just you have so much like unconditional love and compassion in you, and I don't know that I've ever seen it like on that level in another person. Where it's just like I feel like you are the ultimate safe space where just like no matter who it is, what's going on, like you will accept them fully for who they are. Um, and I don't know what else to say other than just like you have such a light within you. And I'm just so absolutely grateful that I've had the chance to meet you, to get to know you, to watch you grow, to have you watch me grow. It's been such a wonderful adventure knowing you for your DBT phase, and I'm so excited to see where you go and for the rest of your life, and keep in touch with you and just keep going on this great journey. But yeah, thank you just so much for everything you've done for this organization. I know everybody else here feels it, but like without you, like this organization would not be what it is today. So
You're a bitch and you made me cry.
Aw.
But thank you, man. I love you so much. And I just like everyone to know that all the times I used to cry over TPT, like full on sobbing, just so frustrated with how something was going. Ben was always there to hug me and tell me it was okay. So can we just give a round of applause to Ben, because Ben is the same thing. Thanks, Ben. That was really nice, and I love you, dude.
I just have to go next because it's for my three exec ladies. It's not just Maya, but the whole root of this is the amazing person, Maya Perella, who we all know. So 2 years ago, I came to SDSU as a 17-year-old. I hated SDSU. I literally said I wanted to die some days because I felt so lonely over there. And Maya was like, oh, come to a meditation. Like, I'm in this thing called DBT. And she completely changed my college trajectory. Like, she made such a big impact on me. I just remember going to the first meditation where everyone was so friendly and she was so friendly and she was hugging everyone. And I remember she was with Scotty and they were like, oh, did you turn in your pledge ed applications and everything? Like, they were so nervous about getting it. Then both of them ended up becoming pledge eds. And then Maya influenced so many other people who are here in DBT and just at SDSU. And it's all because you're such an amazing person and you're so kind and you're so giving. And I haven't met someone like that until I came to college, and I'm trying not to cry also, but congratulations, Maya. Like, thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Like, you have no idea how much it means to me. It's crazy how much you gave us, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And for Alyssa and Leah, I had so many great memories with you when we were pledging in fall 18. I remember Alyssa was at every single meditation with me, and she was always so friendly, and I could go and speak to her. And Leah was always so much fun, whether it was at DBT or parties or even like our first camping trip. We were in the same tent together. And I almost didn't go on that, but after that, I was so happy that I did go because I got to know Leah. Obviously, when you're sleeping in the same tent as someone, you get to know them. And wow, like you three have made such an impact on all of our college experiences, and you have given so much to your respective communities, and you've given your all in your classes, and wow, just inspiring, amazing, brilliant, kind, beautiful woman. And I wish you luck in the very next chapter. Thank you all so much for what you've given me.
Thank you, Layla. You're a sweetheart, and I love you.
Okay, I want to speak about Maya for a second. It's so weird because I feel like you have the same effect on everyone. Like, even hearing other people speak and anytime you've spoken has made me like tear up and cry, and like I didn't even cry like during my slide as much as I feel like I could during yours, because I think you were a huge part of my experience too, you know, like you were my big. We've had a lot of moments together. I think we've cried together multiple times. I think just, I don't know, you have something so special about you that I really haven't seen in other people entirely. And I think one of the guys said it really nice, that you're just like a safe space, that you're, you know, you feel like home in a sense. And I think like you and I have always kind of related on the sense of like not really feeling like we had one definite home. So I think that finding that a little piece of that in each other has been a really beautiful part of this college experience. And I just love you, and I'm so incredibly proud of like just the person you are and the things you're gonna do.
I love you so much. Thank you for saying that. That was really nice to hear.
I just wanted to quickly add, again, sorry. I just was reading the chat and someone put that you are like the embodiment of light, and I couldn't agree more. Like that, if I could think of you, that is what I see. You are just always the sweetest, like most genuine person. You have just this magnetic energy to you. And I remember like first meeting you, you look like you would be like this, you know, shy, maybe more reserved person, but you are not. You have like the biggest personality in the world, the most loving light and energy in the world, and that was so accepting, especially like joining DBT, and you were being one of the first people I think that I met, you and Claire, and I don't know, I love you, and you're just like the sweetest person, and you are just amazing. So keep being you. You're awesome.
I love you.
I gotta add a little teeny thing too, but I mean, seconding what everyone says also, but I think that it's so funny that we met in stats originally before DBT. Even I didn't even know it existed, and I met you, and I literally just thought you were like the smartest person ever. Like I needed help, and you were there. And then who would have known that we'd meet later again in DBT and be so close and have so much fun together. And just now it's like when I think of you, Maya, I think of an angel. I think of just a sweet angel, and I think like I just get warm feelings, and I love your getting hugs from you, and I miss them. So next time I get to see you in person, we're gonna hug for a long time.
Yeah, I'm coming back in May. Where I'm seeing all of you guys, and I'm hugging you all, and you're all accepting it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I love you.
Yeah, I personally have just such distinct memories of just coming into active meeting and just getting a nice, warm and welcoming hug from you. And I just want you to know that really just lifted up my mood, and I feel like just had such a positive impact on just everyone who came in. And just seeing your passion and the way you led just really, I feel like just left your mark on DBT and really like transmitted it for the future exec board to come on. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Naveed. Love you, dude.
I think we need to make a group me for everyone who wants to meet up for one just giant hour-long hug. Yeah, I'm going to cry, and I miss all of you. But I will now pass it over to Dylan.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, so I just wanted to again congratulate each and every one of the graduates on this accomplishment. It's no easy task to complete what each and every one of you completed. I hope you take time to cherish and acknowledge the hard work, mental effort you've put in these past couple of years. So no graduation event is complete without a cheesy didactic parable. So even though this is Zoom, I'm not going to let you all get off the hook that easily. So there's these two young fish swimming in a lake. An older fish is coming in the reverse direction. As the older fish passes these two young fish, he nods, says, "Good evening, how's the water?" The two younger fish nod their head and keep swimming. Pretty soon, as the two younger fish are swimming, one of the fish turns to his friend and goes, "What the hell is water?" And so just like these fish surrounded by water, not knowing anything, not being aware of it. So too is our minds, constantly surrounded by these thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And how often are we asked, how's the water? So DBT is this organization that has stocked your lake with a bunch of fish that are going to ask you, how's the water? And as you go on to these different transitions, you know, this is, as you graduate, there's going to be a bunch of new positives and a bunch of new negatives. There's going to be new challenges and new freedoms. All of that combined, it becomes a really interesting mix. So that's one of the reasons we have the alumni group. It's an organization that's there for you in your post-graduation journey. It's a resource you can reach out to. We meet every other week, every other Tuesday night at 7 p.m. We'll get you that information on when those meetings are, when those Zoom meetings are. You can connect with people who have gone through similar and are going through similar experiences post-graduation. Yeah, so we're just trying to stock your lake with people that will ask you how the water is. And I'll hand it back to Lauren for any closing statements.
Thanks so much, Dylan. That was awesome. And thank you all so much for coming and for your beautiful, inspiring words. I feel like I am just continually shocked by how much love and connection can be shown through a screen and on Zoom. And I know it can be really challenging sometimes to feel that same sense of community and motivation and passion during all of this, but this just really gave me a new sense of hope and light, and I'm just so grateful to see all of your faces, and I'm so proud of all of you for all that you've accomplished, and I'm so grateful to have met and been impacted by every single one of you. So I bow to all of you. And I guess we will now conclude with a transfer of merit as usual. So if we can all please join palms. May any merit gained from this practice be transferred to all beings in all directions. May all beings be at peace, and may all be free from suffering. Thanks, everyone. Much love. And of course, we got to take a screenshot. So yeah, Ben's got the right idea. All right, 1, 2, congrats, grads. Yay, thanks everyone. I will send this recording in the chat and our screenshot in the chat. And we'll plan our hug sesh.
Congratulations again, everybody.